The sad childhood of Eminem, before the sold-out arenas, before the Grammy Awards, before millions of people memorized every word he wrote. Eminem was just a scared little boy trying to survive. A boy who never knew where he would be living next month. A boy who got beaten up, bullied, rejected, and constantly told he would never become anything. Today, people see one of the greatest rappers of all time. But they rarely talk about the child who spent years feeling unwanted. And if you've ever felt like you don't belong, his story might hit harder than you think. Marshall Bruce Mathers III was born in 1972. From the very beginning, life was unstable. His father left when he was still a baby. Just like that. Gone. No goodbye. No relationship. No guidance. No father figure. Imagine growing up wondering why your dad never came back. Wondering if he thought about you. Wondering if you did something wrong. That question followed Marshall throughout his childhood, and it left a wound that never fully healed. Things became even harder because his mother struggled financially. Money was always tight. The family moved constantly. One small house, then another, then another, then another. Sometimes they stayed somewhere only long enough to unpack before moving again. Every move meant a new school, new classmates, new teachers, new bullies. And every time Marshall started making friends, he had to start over. Again, and again, and again. Most kids have a place they call home. Marshall never really had that. He felt like a stranger everywhere. The new kid, the weird kid, the outsider, the easy target. School became a nightmare. Not because of homework, because of the kids. Marshall was bullied relentlessly, pushed around, threatened, humiliated. The kind of bullying that follows you everywhere. The kind that makes you dread waking up in the morning. Every day felt like entering a battlefield. And it wasn't just insults. Sometimes it became violent, very violent. One incident would change his life forever. A bully attacked him so severely that Marshall suffered a serious head injury. The beating was so bad that he spent days unconscious. Think about that. A child lying in a hospital bed because other kids wanted someone to hurt. Most people would never forget something like that. Marshall didn't. The physical wounds healed, the emotional ones stayed, and they began turning into something else. Anger, not explosive anger, silent anger, the kind that sits inside you for years, growing, waiting. Marshall often felt powerless. The bullies were stronger. The world seemed unfair. Adults didn't always understand, and there wasn't much he could do. But there was one thing nobody could take from him: words. Marshall became obsessed with language. While other kids played outside, he studied words, rhymes, stories, sounds. He discovered that words could do something fists couldn't. They could fight back, not physically, emotionally, mentally, creatively. For the first time in his life, he found a weapon, a notebook, and a pencil. He started writing constantly. Poems, rhymes, random ideas, anything. The more pain he felt, the more he wrote, the more isolated he became, the stronger his imagination grew. But life wasn't suddenly better. The family still struggled. Bills piled up, money disappeared as quickly as it arrived. Some days felt hopeless. Marshall watched other kids live normal lives. Meanwhile, he was trying to survive chaos. And there was another challenge. He loved hip-hop, completely loved it. The music consumed him. But during that time, being a white kid trying to become a rapper wasn't exactly welcomed by everyone. People laughed. People doubted him. People dismissed him immediately. Before hearing a single rhyme, before hearing a single performance, before giving him a chance, they had already decided he didn't belong. Imagine hearing that over and over. You can't do this. You'll never make it. This isn't for you. Most people would quit. Marshall became obsessed. Every insult became motivation. Every rejection became fuel. Every closed door made him work harder. While other teenagers partied, he practiced. While other teenagers slept, he wrote. While other teenagers relaxed, he chased improvement. Because deep down, he understood something. If he wasn't exceptional, nobody would ever take him seriously. And being average terrified him. As he got older, life remained difficult. He dropped out of school, his grades suffered, his future looked uncertain. Many people saw him as another troubled kid heading nowhere. Just another statistic. Just another dreamer. Just another failure waiting to happen. But they couldn't see what was happening behind the scenes. Marshall was sharpening his craft. Hour after hour, day after day, year after year, perfecting his rhyme schemes, perfecting his delivery, perfecting his storytelling. He wasn't chasing popularity, he was chasing mastery. Still, success didn't arrive. Not immediately. Years passed. Nothing. More years. Still nothing. Imagine working relentlessly while everyone around you thinks you're wasting your time. Friends doubt you. Family worries. Strangers laugh. Yet you keep going. That's exactly what Marshall did. There were moments when he had almost nothing. Moments when he struggled financially. Moments when he questioned everything. Moments when giving up would have been easier. But he never stopped writing, never stopped dreaming, never stopped believing. Then life handed him another challenge. He became a young father. Suddenly, he wasn't only responsible for himself, he had a daughter, someone depending on him, someone looking to him for stability. And stability was something he barely experienced himself. The pressure was enormous. Failure wasn't just about him anymore. Failure affected his family. That responsibility pushed him even harder, because Marshall had lived through poverty. And he didn't want his daughter growing up the same way. Eventually, all those years of pain started showing up in his music. Not fake pain, real pain, the kind listeners could feel, because it wasn't invented. It was lived. The absent father, the unstable home, the bullying, the loneliness, the rejection, the anger, every difficult chapter became part of his art. People listened because it felt authentic, because it was authentic. Then came the breakthrough. The opportunity that changed everything. People finally started paying attention. The same industry that once ignored him couldn't ignore him anymore. The same people who laughed started listening. The same people who doubted started watching. And suddenly, Marshall Mathers became Eminem, a global superstar, one of the most successful rappers in history. But what's fascinating is this. The success didn't erase the childhood. You can hear that little boy in his music. The lonely kid searching for acceptance. The bullied child trying to fight back. The teenager desperate to prove everyone wrong. It's all still there, hidden inside the lyrics. Because childhood has a way of staying with us, even after fame, even after money, even after success. And maybe that's why so many people connected with Eminem's story. Because underneath the celebrity, there's something deeply human. A child who felt rejected. A child who felt abandoned. A child who felt invisible. Many people know those feelings. Maybe not the fame, maybe not the fortune, but the pain, the loneliness, the self-doubt. They understand that part. And that's what makes his journey powerful. Not the records, not the awards, not the headlines. The fact that he refused to let his circumstances decide his future. He could have become another victim of his environment, another person consumed by anger, another person who gave up. Instead, he turned his pain into purpose, his struggles into stories, his wounds into words, and those words changed his life forever. So the next time you hear Eminem's name, don't just think about the superstar. Think about the little boy moving from house to house, the kid sitting alone at lunch, the child lying in a hospital bed after being bullied, the teenager writing rhymes because he felt nobody would listen to him any other way, because that's where the story really begins. Not with fame, not with success, but with a child who refused to let the world decide who he would become. And sometimes, the most powerful voices come from the people who spent their childhood feeling unheard.